Hello, hello. Oh, baby, thank you. And I beat Frank.
Oh my god!
I beat you, Frank.
He took a bunch of mine. Oh my god!
Hit that shit, bitch.
So are we gonna mention Chinese New Year or no?
What? I don't know, but this is a completely inappropriate podcast, everybody. I am Tony, along with the frozen Mister.
Frank, you're the one that's frozen.
No, you're frozen.
Well, I see you all frozen.
All right, in case you guys haven't figured this one out, we're doing this on Zoom today because the roads might be icy. People just are terrible drivers here in South Texas when it gets colder than like 35 degrees. And as soon as it starts getting icy, it just starts getting dicey. So we had Frank hang back and visit us from his little boy childhood room here that he never updated. How long have you had the Spider-Man decor in your room?
Since the movie came out, Spider-Man 2.
Shit, what was that, 2003?
No, 2000 something. I don't know, but when I came back from Ramadi in 2007, yeah, that's when the decor was up.
Really? 2007? I felt like it came out before I graduated, but shit, how odd.
Yeah, the first one
Anyway.
came out in 2002.
What were you saying
Oh,
before we hit?
That's what it was. Spider-Man 3. That's the movie.
That makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one definitely was out when I was in like 4th or 5th grade. I think I remember my grandma in particular, picking me up from school and taking me to go watch it.
Yeah.
I was one of them spoiled kids.
Yeah, I tell my parents that's what grandparents do. They spoil their kids.
They
But
try to.
yeah.
They're half
Yeah.
decent.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, man, we haven't recorded in a while. Well, so full disclosure, we did record one last week, like hours before my wedding ceremony
Mm-hmm.
or vow renewal ceremony, but that all kind of went to shit last minute, and it ended up being a whole recording about me just complaining and bitching about everything going on wrong, and the chaos continued after the wedding, by the way. I won't
Oh,
go
really?
into it, but I woke up the next morning about to have cake in bed with my beautiful wife and end up getting a call from somebody with a very dramatic story. Hopefully one day I could share it with you guys, but right now the wound is still a little raw. So good news is me and my wife are wonderfully happy. Luckily, our whole experience with the wedding itself was very nice. We only had about 22 to 25 people show up, I think, in total. We were hoping for 50 or 60. But it was pretty nonetheless. We enjoyed ourselves. I got hammered on little shot glasses filled with what was
Cotton
it?
candy.
Champagne and cotton candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's because I had gone through almost an entire bottle of Wild Turkey 101 by this point. Not a full bottle, the little pints.
Yeah.
I had that stashed under the table behind my seating, and yeah, had a decent time. The next day, I put a hole in the wall.
Oh shit.
Well, because of the news from the following day that shall not be discussed at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, I got wasted that night too. It's funny. I remember more of my wedding night where I was arguably more intoxicated, but I guess maybe because I had eaten so much more. But then the next day with the bad news, I apparently drank a lot that night and cried about it and ended up punching the wall. So now I got to go buy a wall repair kit from Lowe's this week for like $10-15 and patch a hole in the wall. Like a true fucking Mexican, man. I felt so shitty. I've never punched a hole in the wall. I punch holes in doors, but that's mostly just because they're like paper put together, paper mache doors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never understood that. I've never punched anything in anger.
Well, it was my son locked the door and I was getting real, open the damn door. I was just knocking, but I guess I hit the same spot a couple times too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And on the last knock, I didn't like punch my arm through the door or anything, all fucking Jack Nicholson style, creepy. Just enough to like it cracked. Oh shit. There goes my deposit.
So it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. So yeah, so that's the quick rundown of what happened last week and why we ended up going dark rather than throwing up an episode. We were even going to try and do a follow-up episode after the wedding, or in between the rehearsal and the ceremony itself. But by that point, we were all too stressed and running around and didn't want to deal with it. So it is what it is. It was still a good time. Now, what was? Yeah, I got to ask, what was your experience? You ended up being the camera guy, from usher to camera guy, which was arguably a much more important role during this whole fucking COVID shit. Because part of the drama of the wedding was that my entire family was exposed to a person, or exposed to children whose father tested positive for COVID just the day before. So unfortunately, with my father-in-law having cancer and still going through treatment, along with my grandmother-in-law, who's, upwards of 60, we had to be extra cautious. I had to have my entire family just stay home.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough. It was a little disappointing since some of them had traveled, 4 or 5 hours to get here for it. Most of them were the wedding party. They were the bridesmaids, and ended up not being able to go because they were all staying under the same roof during this time of exposure. And, whether or not you want to believe in this COVID shit, whether you want to think that I was overreacting or being, I wasn't going to have it on my conscience. If somebody ended up getting COVID from a different reason and they were able to point it back at me, it just wasn't something I wanted to look back on and blame myself for if it did end up spreading. So had to make the best of what we had. We had already pushed this back from July last year till February this year. And what were we going to do? Call it off again and wait another week or two, and then maybe everybody's sick by then, so we got to push it back for a month or two. And yeah, it's an endless cycle.
I was hoping that the wedding would be postponed a week or two because I got the wrong bow tie on Amazon. I got it too dark a brown, and I'm like, no, it was supposed to be leathery brown.
Yeah, that was a terrible bow tie. It looked like someone swallowed a white one and shit it out. But that ended up being okay because I had bought bow ties for everybody, and because of your fat fucking neck and because of my cousin Peter's fat fucking neck, neither one of you could fit these fucking standard size bow ties on. So I had my my other groomsmen and ushers take them off, and yeah, went a little more casual. Hopefully we'll have some nice pictures in a couple weeks here once they're finished processing them, touching them up and whatnot, whatever they do. And we'll have some nice pictures of you guys to put up. How was your shirt by the end of that? Because I had you lay down for one of the pictures.
Everything was fine and dandy, but that lady, I guess she was the catering lady, I don't know.
Who, the photographer?
No, some lady gave me the tray of the chicken breasts, and it was in sauce. It was all soupy. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna spill. It's gonna fucking burn me. Luckily, it didn't.
This was at the beginning of setting up?
Towards the end.
Oh, at the end when we were putting things away.
At the end when we were all packing to leave.
Oh, yeah, dude. I went home with 30 chicken breasts covered in chipotle sauce, and I spilled all over my pants. I immediately got home and threw my brand new custom suit pants in the delicate wash. And I'm terrified to look at it now because I was too drunk to remember. My wife ended up putting it away. I got to go check those pants, though. I'm fucking terrified I ruined those things. Fucking Chipotle, man. How was the food, though? What'd you think of the food? That chicken Chipotle?
My mother loved it.
Yeah, my family did, too. Like I said, I came home with 30 fucking breasts, and which, what little boy doesn't dream of that? And no, so with all my family in town, I went and delivered that to my mom's house where they were all staying so that they didn't have to worry about cooking lunch at least a time or two this week while they were all in quarantine together. But yeah, it's been a hectic week. So what was your drive like at that? Well, you didn't drink, right? You don't drink, so.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, your recordings.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I had the shot glass, and then Dub was over here like, that has alcohol, right? And I told him, yeah, but one shot's not gonna do anything. And I was thinking, I'm like, I'm an adult, damn it.
He was just looking out. He didn't know what your principles were on that. If he was probably just being cautious.
I told him that I can't drink, but if I drink, I'm not gonna be able to sleep because of the medication. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah.
He is real cautious. He is the kind of guy that's real cautious about like mixing medication with alcohol and stuff. So yeah, that was just common courtesy checking in with you.
Mm-hmm. But it was just one shot. It didn't do anything.
So
yeah.
I've had several comments about your video recording skills. You recorded fine, but every time you fucked up, you're like, oh, fuck, damn it. Well, fuck, shit. Oh, fuck. I had like nieces and nephews watching this at home, and you're just cussing throughout my entire fucking wedding. What's wrong with you?
Oh, yeah. I didn't think that was gonna they were gonna hear that, but apparently
Yeah,
they did.
who would hear a voice a foot away from the phone waving it in front of your face? Yeah. Actually, that was a concern of mine too, because when we were sitting down, me and my wife at our table, I set up our phones to live stream. And at one point, I look out in the crowd and I'm counting the people. And I'm like, man, there's only 22, 23 people. I look at my wife. I'm like, this is the saddest wedding I've ever been to. And she looks at me like, the phone is right in front of you recording. People are hearing this. I was like, oh, shit, my bad. I forgot the phone was on in front of me. So after that, I buttoned up. But I said it with joy. I wasn't trying to talk shit about it. It's just trying to make her laugh about it. She didn't seem to care. She seemed to would have been happy if it was just a handful of people. So
She was enjoying it.
she enjoyed it.
Bride.
Yeah, well, it wasn't her family that couldn't make it. She had the important people she wanted there mostly, minus one or two, but that happens. COVID, man, it made it kind of shitty. I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe I can do this again in another 8 years.
Maybe.
But most people celebrate their 10-year anniversaries. I like the 8-year anniversaries because
it's an even number.
Well, it's
Also
my
10.
We were born on the 8th.
Yeah.
And turn it sideways, it's infinity. I don't know. I've always liked the number 8 more. And the fact that this landed on the 8th anniversary was kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So now that we've got all that housekeeping out of the way, remember you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com with any comments, questions, concerns. At CI Podcast on Instagram, at completelyinap with 1P on Twitter, and anywhere you find us, you found us, and wherever you found us, you find us. So good job, eat a cookie. Frank, what are we talking about the rest of this fine and dandy episode? WandaVision or the the Skywalker saga sadness that's going on with the Mandalorian? I guess not Skywalker. What was her name? The big buchona, the MMA fighter?
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano. What happened with her? I was trying to look it up. Why is she getting fired?
She got fired because a few months back, people were, and of course it's always the same kind of people, that bat for the same team. They were harassing her to put her fucking pronouns on her Twitter account, and she's like, no, like
why?
Because it shows that she's an ally to LGBTQ plus, and all
that's
that.
bullshit. They would have done the same thing to fucking Freddie Mercury, man. They tried to make him like the poster boy of AIDS and GLM back in the fucking 80s and shit, but he was like, no, I'm here for the music. I'm not here to be a fucking advocate for this, that, or the other. I'm just here to play my fucking music.
Yeah, so then it turns out that she didn't agree with Black Lives Matter. She didn't agree with the writing and everything. She's like, no, that's unnecessary.
She made the mistake of saying it out loud.
Well, she tweeted it, and her mistake was that she compared being a conservative today with being a Jew in the Nazi days. So,
well, that's excessive. You're not getting round up and put in trains and fucking gassed. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a stupid statement. People need to learn to stop hyperbolizing everything, man. Like, I get it. You're trying to be clever and imaginative with your descriptions and descriptive and all that shit. But come on, man. We don't need those types of illustrations. They go by the wayside now. I agree with her. She shouldn't have been. I wouldn't have canceled her. I agree with her. Making whatever comparison she wants. Fucking free speech. But, fuck, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
we live in a scary time. It's a very unwelcoming time right now.
Yeah. So then a few days ago, she finally apologized, right?
And strike 3, you're out.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So then she finally apologized, and then the following day, hashtag Fire Gina Carano was trending on Twitter. And
that's
so
fucked.
then what happened was that or the inside is that Disney was going to fire her anyways, but they were waiting on after Investor Day to fire her because next to Baby Yoda, she's the most popular character in The Mandalorian. So then, yeah, somebody leaked it, and so they fired her ahead of time. They fired her the day before Investor Day, and so uh, after that came out, almost immediately, hashtag cancel Disney Plus was trending on Twitter. So naturally, this would send Disney on a panic.
But did it? I haven't heard it. You're the first one to tell me anything about this, and barely last night. So I was trying to quickly look it up, and then yeah, we'll get to it. So and then what has Disney done about it?
Well, Disney was considering uncanceling her, but then the news came out that Gina Carano teamed up with Ben Shapiro, a Jew, and
bless you.
She signed she signed for a new movie exclusively for Daily Wire members. So
Daily Wire members
members of the Daily Wire. It's a conservative, I guess, newspaper.
Online news articles.
Yeah, it's they have podcasts and everything. It's its own network. So then Disney also is Disney. They're on thin ice. Well, not thin ice, but they're in hot water because there was a rumor that Robert Downey Jr. was gonna play Grand Admiral Thrawn in, I guess, the Ahsoka series. But Robert Downey Jr. and Jon Favreau hate cancel culture. So now it's looking like Robert Downey Jr., because they fired Gina Carano, is not going to accept his Star Wars role. And Jon Favreau just might quit because Jon Favreau... Jon Favreau got word that Kevin Feige wanted Gina Carano for a Marvel role. And Jon Favreau, having worked with Marvel, knows very well that once you lend an actor to Marvel, you're not going to see them for the next 10 years.
Right.
So then he was adamant to give her a lot of work, so she would be too busy to go to Marvel. And also, what doesn't make Disney look good,
and all this is stupid because it's all Disney now.
Yeah.
Like Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars and the Disney. It's fucking retarded. Talk about monopolizing the goddamn industry.
So then, here's what people can't believe. When Gina Carano got fired, it also leaked that Disney was heavily considering Amber Heard for a Marvel or Disney role. So it's looking like firing Cara Dune was a smokescreen to hire Amber Heard.
Well, wasn't Amber Heard already in a Marvel movie with Aquaman 1 and 2?
That's DC.
That's DC? Oh, shit, that's DC. You're right. Yeah, I'm actually a little bothered with the idea that Robert Downey Jr. would have come into the Star Wars universe. I feel like it's too much. He's overexposing. Like, he needs to take a break or do something vastly different. For him to go straight from Marvel to Star Wars, it's too similar. What are we going to see him in a Mando costume looking with red and yellow? You know what I mean? Like, basically make him a space Iron Man.
Yeah, we're going to see him painted blue in a white suit because
that's what Mandalorians are, though. Mandalorians are basically Iron Man.
Well,
they got the wrist rocket launchers. They got jetpacks. They could fly around. They're bulletproof armor. Tell me how a Mandalorian suit is different from Iron Man's.
It's not.
Well, thank you. I rest my case. I win.
Well, there's a whole nanotechnology. The nano suit, that's different. But,
Yeah, but that's not till later on. We're talking retro Iron Man here.
Yeah, so what happened? Yeah, we're going to see Robert Downey Jr. play a villain. So that would have been interesting.
I didn't know he was going to be the villain. That would be interesting, actually.
Yeah, especially since he's so charismatic. But what happened? Yeah, so it was rumored that
he would remind me as a bad guy. He'd remind me of Negan from The Walking Dead with Lucille.
Yeah.
Right? That just like the worst type of person. If he's going to be a bad guy, he's going to be the most charismatic, smiling bad guy you've ever seen. That's how I would picture him, Robert Downey Jr. in the role anyway.
Yeah, and funny enough,
But now we'll never know, right?
Yeah, during Endgame, where Robert Downey Jr. was all scrawny and with a scruffy beard, I swore that was Negan. That was Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
You
But
think it looked like him?
yeah,
But Jeffrey Dean Morgan's always been a bigger dude. He's much bigger than Robert Downey Jr., isn't he?
well, he's taller. Yeah,
And bigger. Like he's got a wider profile.
maybe because
Maybe
he
about
looked
the
pretty
same.
small in the last time I saw him in The Walking Dead. He looked pretty small, and I'm like, well, that's probably because of the age. Because yeah, naturally, or like in his other movies, like I've seen him pretty big, like kind of a buff dude.
Oh yeah, you check him out that way?
No, no, I'm thinking of The Losers, which is also a comic book movie.
La
Yeah,
Maluja.
yeah, he was pretty big, but
I don't remember that movie. I feel like I might have missed that one.
might have. It was a
Right.
star-studded cast though.
Hey, so let me ask you something, because the beard is working for you. I love this length of beard is really nice on you. I feel like it slims you down. You're looking a little svelte, more svelte than usual. Have you lost any weight, or are you still going up?
The shirt that I'm wearing, it's Mary Poppins, y'all, or I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. I was telling my mother, I'm like, hey, this shirt fit me pretty fucking tight. Like it was stretched around the belly area.
Yeah.
Now it fits me just like a regular shirt.
Yeah. So what's been your biggest change now that you've noticed, as far as your diet goes or activity level?
Well, nothing really. Like now it's getting harder to resist not cravings, but temptation. Like I'll see something in front of me and I'll be like, oh man, that sounds pretty fucking awesome right now.
Well, you know what does that also is the winter. Just naturally, our body starts to crave foods and sugars and carbohydrates whenever the colder weather sets in, especially when it's harsh colder weather like right now. Because your body goes into famine mode. Like we start thinking, well, there's not going to be any food available for the next 3 months because we're still on our, cycles from 250, 300 years ago when we're still fucking no AC and electricity involved and shit. You know what I mean? Couldn't refrigerate our food back then. So if you didn't stock up and fucking get it and then throw it in the snow for the winter to make it last, you were going to fucking starve. So you'd have to eat and eat and eat just like a bear, hibernation style.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that, because I've been craving a shitload too, especially like the week before the anniversary wedding and this week after. I've been junk eating so fucking much. And I think I gained like 5 pounds in the last week just from all the crap I've been eating. So I ended up going to buy this 3-day juice cleanse. It's like 3 gallons of this pre-mixed juice with probiotics and fiber in it. And so I drank 1 gallon yesterday, but I fucked up at the end of the day. I couldn't last the whole day. First off, I had 2 boiled eggs for breakfast and then just the juice the rest of the day until around 4 or 5 o'clock. Then I went to my parents' house and my grandmother's provider was making fresh homemade tortillas, dude. And she makes them like God has blessed these tortillas. They're the lightest, fluffiest, softest tortillas you've ever had. So I proceeded to eat like 2 of those just like that, and then another 2 in tacos. And then I got home and me and my wife spent an hour making tortillas ourselves. So I ended up having 2 or 3 after that. So all day I had a gallon of juice and probably like 6 tortillas, 2 of them, 2 or 3 with like beans and food in them. Real thin tacos. So I don't know if that kind of ruined my fast, but I woke up today starting the next gallon, and I had a glorious eruption on the toilet. It felt so good because all day yesterday I drank this gallon of juice and I kept expecting to have to go, and I never went. I was just peeing the whole fucking day. And then this morning it just like releasing of the Kraken, dude. I took the brown of the Super Bowls. I've painted the fucking porcelain brown.
Yeah.
Feels great. Nothing better than a good shit, Especially like even those rocket ones, as long as it doesn't burn, or it comes out too fast, where it's like the water hose when you put your finger over the nozzle and it's going out so fast that it's almost stinging the tip of your finger, like you can feel the pressure. When you get that on your asshole, just sprays out with such force out of your ass that your little butthole vibrates and claps together. You hear it? Fucking hurts, man. Fucking hurts. Like someone slapping your little butthole with their just finger flicking your asshole when you shit like that.
And then,
but I didn't have that today.
Poseidon kiss.
Huh?
And then there's the Poseidon kiss.
The Poseidon kids. Is that a booger hanging out your nose? Is that just the way that your hair falls?
Oh no, it's just my
Booger
beard's
at your nose?
Chinese.
No, right here. Go like that. No,
No.
nope, just your beard.
Oh,
No,
shit.
you're fine. Was it? It is boogers. That's disgusting,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, I'm stuffy for some
How do
reason.
you never? But you never seem to feel it. I've seen you here watching a fucking snot just dribble out of your fucking nose ever so delicately, and I like casually get up, go get you a tissue. Like you might want to blow your nose, bud. But yeah, I couldn't. It was progressively growing longer and longer. I insist that all of you stop listening to this on Podbean or Apple Play and fucking go straight to the YouTube and watch this snot just dribble out of Frank's nose. It's one of the most satisfying things I've ever seen. Whew, sorry, that was so much entertainment in a small amount of time. Whew. All right, so what next?
Oh yeah.
What were we talking about before I get distracted with your snot rocket?
Oh, we were talking about you having the shits. But no, we're talking about Gina Carano. I keep wanting to say Cara Dune, but no. Gina Carano. She gained 300,000 followers almost overnight. Like as soon as it was announced that she got fired and everything, she gained 300,000 followers on social media. And her toys went up to $50, except her Black Series action figure. That went up to $150.
Of course.
Yeah, because Disney straight up canceled the production of all her action figures.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so now you can't find anything Cara Dune.
Wow. Well, I mean, it increases her market value to a certain audience, you know. So here's more power to her. I mean, I don't agree or disagree with whatever she said, mostly because I didn't fucking pay attention to it, and I don't generally give a shit about other people's opinions. Much less about things that don't involve me at all. I don't understand this cancel culture, man. Just back up off these people's nuts. They didn't do anything wrong. They just thought a different way, and you're going to cancel them. That's insane. That's insane. That's the reason we have, you know, in the last year, we went from 0 followers to 144 followers on Instagram, like immediately. And yeah, I know, baby numbers. Fuck y'all. I'm telling you, we've been fucking shadow banned. Because where we used to post shit with our hashtags and we would get random followers every once in a while out of nowhere. Now we're not even getting bots trying to follow us, right? And we've been stuck at 145, 144, then that goes down 142 and then back up to 144. It's really fucking weird. Like it doesn't happen on my private account. It doesn't happen on my yoga account. Hell, my yoga account's already up to like 200 subscribers. And I don't even post anything to get some followers with, you know? It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
So there is some shadiness. Probably too much political speech in our or political posts on our page
for a while, like about a month.
Yeah, but the posts are still up there, you know, so people go back to the history. We should try that. We should try going back and deleting every political post and see if it makes a difference in the algorithm and gets us starting to pick up again. What do you think? Maybe. You want to try it just for a little experiment? I mean, what is it, man? It's not like anybody's interested in what the memes were for 5 weeks ago for that episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody that follows us on Instagram is trying to get our current posts. So I say we try it. Fuck it. Why not?
No. Yeah, I guess.
Or is it acquiescing to the machine?
It probably is. Yeah, like we're gonna get criticisms that we bent the knee.
Who's gonna criticize us? We have to have followers to be criticized.
Yeah, our political followers are gonna be like, "Hey, why'd you get rid of all the fucking politics?"
We have no political followers. Anybody following for our politics are following the wrong fucking people. Y'all fucking stupid. Most of our political followers were following like the people we've had on the podcast, not us.
Yeah.
And they stuck around for our frivolity and enjoyment of ourselves. So, yeah, not our politics. Speaking of politics, when are you going to run for governor?
I can't. I'm a felon.
Exactly why you should run. Change the system, Frank. Be the change you want to see in the world.
I could run for president. The felons can run for president, but I have too many skeletons in my closet, I think.
I've put all mine on the fucking podcast.
Oh.
I can't think of any that I haven't talked about already. My drug use, my homosexual past, my what else? My disrespect of women when I was younger as a kid. I was talking to this about my wife one day, is like about forceful sex and shit. I do remember this one time I asked a girl for a blowjob and I had cheese dick real bad. But I was trying to break up with her and she wouldn't take a hint. So I didn't force her to blow me. but I didn't warn her how gross it was about to be. And I feel like shit ever since. That is the worst thing I've ever done to a female, I think. Yeah, that's the worst thing I could think of that I've ever done was let her blow my dirty cock. And that is a special just for you completely inappropriate listeners. We'll see how long it takes for that to come out to the public and cancel my whole fucking life. Hey, it could be worse. Could have locked a girl in a closet or something, you know?
Yeah, I could have.
I don't know anybody who would do that, though.
I think that's the only skeleton I've let out on the podcast. But yeah. You've
let out a couple.
Yeah.
But be open and honest about it. You've paid your penance. You've Hey, so changing the subject mildly. What are you going to do about getting a job, man?
Well,
did we ever cover that on the podcast about how you
we have
almost had a job?
Yeah, no, I did have a job. It's just, they changed their mind last minute. But what happened? No, what's been heavily considered is what's it called?
No.
What's it called?
Spit it out.
I want to say telemarketing, but no, it's
customer service.
Yeah, the whole sit in front of a computer answering phone calls.
Sure.
Yeah,
but if you apply for Apple to work for Apple as customer service, they'll send you a computer to work with.
Yeah, apparently these companies will.
Most of them do.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't get along with technology, so
they set it up for you. You don't use it for anything but work. Just fucking don't fuck with anything.
Okay, I'll believe you.
The problem that people have with technology is they start trying to do fancy shit. Just keep it basic. Fucking answer phone calls, answer fucking queued up questions, and you'll be fine.
Okay, I'll believe you.
Okay, so why haven't you applied yet?
I have. I just haven't gotten a call.
So where? Apple, AT&T?
Yeah, the what's it called?
Spectrum.
Fuck is it called? It's over in Edinburgh, in front of PD.
Oh yeah, everybody that's listening to this knows exactly what the fuck you're talking about. All right,
anyway,
this podcast is kind of shit. Nobody cares about your life anyway, Frank. Let's go ahead and end it here. This has been the complete. How long have we been going?
About 20 minutes.
No, it's been longer than that, hasn't it?
Maybe 30. I don't know.
I don't know what time we started recording. We're terrible at this.
Yeah, but did you hear about? Well, I'll go from the beginning. So the Super Bowl happened the day after your wedding, and there are people that are not happy with the results. That is putting it lightly.
But with the weekend being all coked out like he always is in every performance?
No, I'm talking about there's that, but no, the Super Bowl. People are not happy with
the game itself.
The results of the Super Bowl. Because this is the logic.
Okay, but real quick though, when is everybody ever happy with the Super Bowl? There's always complaints about the Super Bowl, about either the refs, the style of play is too slow, the refs are calling the bad decisions, or the fucking halftime performance wasn't good enough, or the commercials sucked this year. Everybody's complaining about something.
Everything about this year's Super Bowl sucked. Like
even the commercials?
Yes.
Bummer.
But the people that are complaining that I'm talking about, they don't even watch football.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I watched so much of it, I forgot that it was on. I didn't even know it was a Super Bowl. I was gonna go to do my free yoga class in the park that Sunday. And ended up, because of the family stuff that was going on, I was like, due to unforeseen circumstances, it's canceled today. And then as soon as I sent that, they're like, yeah, dude, it's Super Bowl Sunday. I was like, oh yeah, that too. I guess that was foreseeable though. I probably should have foreseen that one. Wasn't gonna get anybody out there that day.
So here's the logic behind these people. Tom Brady, who won the Super Bowl, spoiler alert, is a white man.
What? And he is?
The other quarterback,
I thought he was clear.
No, Patrick Mahomes is half black.
Don't tell me they're making this a race thing. They didn't let him win because he's black?
It's February, Black History Month. Therefore,
he just should have won regardless.
Because he didn't let a black man win on Black History Month.
Where do you get this information? Are you just permanently on Reddit?
No, like this sounds fucking ridiculously like somebody fucking like it sounds like I'm making it up, but no,
Yeah, it sounds like somebody made it up.
it
Someone's
was all
trolling
for the,
like QAnon posted. Hey, is QAnon still posting? You're the Reddit guy.
I don't know.
Are they
I don't know.
done
I
now
don't
that
think
Trump's
so.
out?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So
But
confused.
anyways, so LeBron James is over here, all butthurt, talking about how fucking Tom Brady got a boat parade for winning the Super Bowl, and he didn't get shit. And I'm like, well, yeah, because Florida doesn't have the COVID restrictions that California had at the time. Hello, like, no shit, right? So, yeah, apparently Tom Brady's a racist, and they're not even considering the black people on Tom Brady's team.
Oh
Like,
yeah, there's only Tom Brady on his team. What team was he on? Tampa Bay?
yep.
Yeah, see, this is how little I know. I know this was a big thing that he was with Tampa Bay. I just I couldn't remember what team. Who was he playing? Who was the other team?
Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs.
With Patrick Mahone, is that who you said?
Patrick Mahomes.
Was he up for the oh my God, this is the worst part of the podcast for me, talking sports. No, the closest to sports I talk about is fucking Hitler being a cardboard cutout in the stands of the rugby team back in Australia in 2018 or something.
Yeah.
That was the most recent sports news I gave on this podcast, and that was just like an episode or two ago. How do you follow all this? How do you? I guess not having a job, you got nothing but time to follow all this shit. Huh?
There's that.
Have you ever thought about writing columns and shit? Send them off
I
to
have.
different websites.
I have.
Well,
Yeah.
do it, man. What the fuck else are you doing with your time? You're a grammar Nazi, surprisingly, because you can't write for shit, but you're real particular about punctuation.
Yeah, there's that.
Asshole. All right, man. Well, let's wrap this episode up. What's the last thing we need to talk about here? Anything on the docket for this episode?
What else?
You said you had 2 episodes worth of shit, man.
Yeah. Well, I have them fucking separated. Oh, no, that comes before. Yeah. Unless you want me to talk about the Gorilla Glue challenge.
Oh, what the fuck is this? Because at first you said it, and I thought it was about this woman who she ran out of time to get her edges done, right? And so she ends up using super glue to lay her edges down, and then she washes it like 6 or 7 times, and it's not coming out. And she calls Gorilla Glue. She ended up getting like scalp burns and going to the hospital, and they still hadn't been able to figure out how to get it off. They're probably gonna have to shave her head down.
So it was a woman from Louisiana.
Oh, you do know this? Awesome, great.
Yeah, that ran out of fucking hair gel. I think it's hair glue, but and adhesive. She ran out of it. So I'm guessing she went to fucking Walmart because I highly doubt she's gonna go to Home Depot for.
I think she already had super glue. Was the point?
Well,
she didn't have time to use anything else.
Anyways, she saw Gorilla Glue, right? She read the back. It said, "Do not add on skin, but hair isn't skin, so this might work." So she's
laying it onto her skin, yeah.
Yeah. So she sprayed it on her fucking hair, and yeah, she got on TikTok saying
she's shaking the camera, dude. You're getting me motion sickness.
Okay. So then she got on TikTok talking about how she washed her hair 15 times, and it still hasn't came out. And so somebody started a GoFundMe for her, and she raised over.
Shut the fuck up. Fuck you.
She raised.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Over $14,000.
Fuck you. That is not okay. We have got to quit. This is not okay. You can't give $14,000 to a fucking idiot who puts super glue in their hair. What the absolute fuck is wrong with you people donating even a fucking penny to that retard? And I say that with all due respect to people with mental challenges. That person is mentally challenged. So read the fucking instructions and still go ahead and fucking put it in your goddamn hair. What the fuck is wrong with you people to fucking be donating money to people like that? Do you give any amount of money to the bum on the corner or to your fucking niece or nephew who's struggling to pay for their fucking college or something? No, you give it away to some dumbass on the internet. Fuck you people. You should all be in a special place in hell.
Oh, it gets better. So
then, no. So then, I can't do this anymore. I'm getting an ulcer.
Since she went to the ER, right? a doctor in Beverly Hills hit her up with,
course.
yeah, I'll surgically remove it.
Wait, I gotta
free.
ask, was this a black lady or a white lady?
Black lady.
Okay, yeah, the edge is done. It insinuated that it was a black lady, but
Yeah.
some crazy white people like to go and cultural appropriate those fucking edges.
Yeah, so she flew to LA, she had it surgically removed, and while all of that was going on, a man in Louisiana, in his defense, he said that he thought the lady was full of shit, that she made it up, decided to start the Gorilla Glue challenge by gluing his lips to a Solo cup.
What? Did he make it up or did he really do it?
He really did it. He did it, and he ended up in the hospital, and they told him they were gonna have to cut half his fucking lips to get it out, because the guy thought he could just lick it off, but no, it's industrial glue.
Oh my God. These people don't understand how deep that shit sinks into the pores. It's like, think of it like the foam insulation, how you spray it on and it expands. Is basically what this super glue is designed to do. It's designed to expand into the pores of any surface. That's oh my God. So it's just going so deep into the pores. Oh my God. Sounds so terrible. You're destroying your epidermis. Oh my God. No, stop it. I can't picture this dude's lip being chopped off. I mean, I can, I don't want to is the problem.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. So what happened? Did they take the lip, or is he just walking around with a piece of Solo cup? I would just cut the cup off and just live with that stupid look for months until your skin regenerates itself enough to die and fall off, Eventually, it's gonna come off. If you can just I wouldn't cut. I would have just. Well, can't you just cut around it and then just sand it down? And then just give me a balm I could put, you know what I mean? Like, why would they have to fucking cut off the lip? That's stupid. There's no one that would do that. If you had no access to a hospital, would you say just cut the lip for a piece of plastic? No. Why wouldn't you just cut it off as close as you can and then get a filer, either a hand file or a fucking, what do they call it? A Dremel. Get a Dremel with the sanding paper on it and just shave it off, man. That's so stupid. Get a pet egg. Try doing the pet egg first and scrape it off. Cheese grate that shit off before you just slice off a chunk of the lip. Yeah. I've got problems with this doctor. I think there's some malpractice going on here. I feel like there was a better solution that they weren't looking for. They're like, oh, fuck this idiot. Just cut the goddamn thing off. See, again, even the doctors know when it's not worth saving somebody's lip. Like, this idiot will probably end up licking a pole like they did, like Ralphie's brother or friend did in fucking Christmas Story.
Yeah, so then this lady...
Christmas Carol?
She hired a lawyer because she's heavily considering suing Gorilla Glue because the lawyer's the one that tweeted this. The bottle doesn't say, do not add on hair. Therefore,
right, but if the hair gets in contact with the problem wasn't the hair's the glue gluing the hair, right? The fact is the glue was stuck to the head itself. It was on the scalp causing damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you just say, well, cut it off and you're fine.
Yep. So, yeah, the lawyer that they're liable, they're accountable for this and that they should have given her a sponsorship because, that's how strong Gorilla Glue is. It really works.
Oh, no. Like, I felt this soul leave my body right now for a moment. And whatever equivalent to a soul there is that I have as a non-believer, fuck you people. Fucking stupid. I can't deal with the stupidity of this world. I'm going to have to sign off now. Frank, this has been another episode. I can't call it a good episode, but it was another episode of the Completely Inappropriate podcast. Want to let everyone know where they can find us one more time?
They can find us here and they can find us there. You can find
Perfect. Find us next time, everybody. What do we tell the people?
Yeah,
find your motherfucking mouth and try to be better today than you were yesterday. Say bye, sexual